We're going to do 9 and 12. And I want to look at them in two different ways. So depending on which your preferred method is, you've got both. And since you're here, so you can see both, because the reality is since this is rational, I would use the rational method, and since this is root, I would use the root method. But we're going to look at both so you can see them. So if I were to use the rational method on this one, if I have x to the 3/4, the only way to make that exponent equal a 1 would be to multiply by the reciprocal, and then those will all cancel out, and you get x to the 1, which is what we're looking for. Now, when you write it as a rational, you do need to know what it means. These little dudes here means the roots. These little dudes here means the power. So what I want to do is take the cube root of 27, which is 3, and then take the 4th power of that, which is 81. So that would be the method using the rational powers, and fractional is another word for it. And so if I wanted to do this using the square root method, I would put the 4 out there. Remember, the new thing that we've learned is the denominator. We never had one before, so that's the new root thing. I like to say it's underground, so it's also like it's under the line here, so it's kind of like a root, if you know what a root is. So if you write it like that, now you have to undo it. In both situations, you have to undo them one at a time anyhow. So I would undo the cube first by cube rooting to get 3, and then I would undo the 4th root by to the 4th power, which would give me my 81. Now, that's not to say you can't do it in the opposite order, even here. You could take the 4th power 27, but I don't know what 27 to the 4th power is, so I'd have to pull out a calculator. And then I would have to take the cube root of this massive number that I also don't know. So in this case, it's definitely a little simpler to take the cube root first and then do the 4th power. So 81 is our answer. Let's look at 12. 12. Let's look at the rational first. So if you were to write this as a rational exponent, you would get this, which you would definitely need to reduce. And then to undo that, you would do to the 4th power. And so 5 to the 4th power is our 625. Now, you can also reduce it here. The only reason you can reduce it here is because you can reduce it as a rational, as a fraction. So just be careful with this. I don't want you to start thinking you can do crazy stuff, but you can reduce that there. And if you reduce it there, then you would take to the 4th power, and 5 to the 4th would be our answer. I would be much more comfortable with you doing it this way, and then saying, well, I really prefer the look of it like this, and then go ahead and do to the 4th power. But either one, the answer is 625. That's what you need to get. Hopefully you can do so. So I'm going to look at all, oh no, we'll do that in the next video. Just kidding.